What's going on, guys? In this video, I'm going to explain how to start a pressure washing business. And for those who don't know who I am, my name is Austin Davis. And for the last 4 to 5 years, I've built my own personal pressure washing company to over 6 figures per year. And I wanted to give you guys the skinny on how I went about doing that. And I hope to kind of take some of what I've learned over the last 5 years and condense it down into this video for you guys. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, number one, everything has a beginning. And what I mean by that is you need to just start. So many times I talk to people on the phone and they talk about how they're gonna wait to start their business when this happens, or I'm gonna wait until this date, or if that goes well, I'll start my business then. They want to get all their ducks so perfectly in a row before they do anything. They dance and masquerade around starting a pressure washing business when they could actually just start right here in this very moment. And I find it very interesting when I hear this, because this is something that's very common, not just in business, but really in life. Okay, so not wanting to start that workout plan until the end of the month, or how about, not wanting to reach out to that girl or guy. People can make the silliest excuses for not really wanting to do anything that they've been wanting to do. And I find this being a big setback for a lot of people that are getting into this industry. You don't need to wait until you have $10,000 saved up. You don't need to wait until you quit your job. You don't need to wait till the summer. You can start right here, right now, with something as simple as creating your business name and a Google My Business profile, both of which are free, I might add, and is a step in the right direction. So you need to ask yourself if this is something that you actually want to go for, and if so, the best thing that you can do is start taking some actionable steps. Start doing extensive research on YouTube. Come up with a name. Get a Google My Business profile going, okay, etc. Number 2, be smart financially. And now this is something that should be an obvious one, but there are some very specific and important things about being smart financially around the power washing business that I need to touch on, okay? So first is equipment. If you are thinking about starting a pressure washing business and you are cruising on YouTube, I can almost with 100% certainty say that you've seen a lot of these equipment ads from builders or videos of all this fancy equipment that these people are saying that you should buy. Their big skids or big trailers, okay? Buy from them, I might add. If I caught you before making such a destructive decision like that, then great. Don't do it. You're going to be very tempted to go out there and buy brand new equipment, whether that's trailers or skids. And trust me, they'll make it very easy to buy with offering leasing deals, special financing, or talking to you about going to the bank and getting a loan. Okay, this is not something that you need, people. This is actually what screws up a lot of people when they first get started, which is over-leveraging. They drain their entire savings on a $20,000 piece of equipment, or they add a $500 per month payment plan into their life to finance a brand new trailer, all in the name of saying that it is a business expense. It's good debt, Austin, because I plan on paying it back with work. My friend, you don't even know if you're going to like this business. You have no business yet. You've never washed anything before. Why would you make such a big decision like that right off the bat? And let me tell you, you're going to have your struggles in the beginning. I had plenty of them, not knowing when my next check would come from, not knowing how I was going to pay rent this month. And chances are you will have these worries too, especially if you're brand new to business. Why would you start so over leveraged like that? That is not good debt, my friend. You don't have a business yet. You have no money coming in from pressure washing. What you're buying is a toy that will most likely be sitting in your driveway more often than you would like. And what always happens is people, of course, get shiny object syndrome. They buy very expensive equipment and they go to start their business, but because they've over-leveraged themselves and they spent all their money on equipment, they have no extra money for marketing or website or SEO. And when they aren't getting as many jobs as they need the first few months, they're unable to stomach the payments on the equipment or the amount of money that they spent up front, and they go to sell the equipment or quit, which is why you see a lot of brand new or used equipment for sale in these Facebook groups, okay? Fancy equipment is awesome, guys. I'm a huge equipment guy. I have multiple trailers and skids, okay? But we need to buy equipment and make those bigger and bigger purchases as our business allows us and affords us the right to do so. So we need to manage our risk to reward ratio a bit better, right? I'm not saying don't take risks, okay, because I've taken plenty of them and they've paid off, but that doesn't mean you go and mortgage the house and the spouse on this new business adventure, okay? I started with less than $1,000 worth of equipment and $1,000 in my budget for print marketing and website design. So don't let someone tell you that you need expensive equipment. Start with some entry-level gear. Figure out if you like pressure washing and get a hold of how this equipment works. And trust me, I slept like a baby knowing that I had no payments in the world, and if this business didn't work, I could stop and be free and clear and not be upside down down on pressure washing equipment that depreciates about 2 to 3 times as fast as most cars do. And if you're looking for some starter equipment recommendations, check out my third link in the description, which will take you to a video that I made highlighting everything that you need to start for less than $2,000. Second thing is, don't quit your job just because you started a business, okay? I know that should be another obvious one, but the amount of people that just say YOLO and quit their job and go all in on a new business and put their family's financial four walls at risk is shocking, okay? I worked as a car salesman for 5 days a week whenever I first got started, and on my 2 days off, Thursdays and Sundays, I was building my power washing business. And I didn't think about leaving my job until it costed me more money to be at my job with lost power washing opportunities than what my job was actually paying me. And that was consistent loss of opportunities. Several weeks. I needed to prove to myself that whatever I was doing was working, and I could safely leave my job without putting my life at risk. Now, luckily, it was just my dog and I, so it didn't really take very long, but if you have a wife and kids, you'll have a lot more expenses, and that's something that you need to account for. Now that we have the action of just starting and being smart with your money out of the way, let's get into getting jobs and making money, which I have a feeling is why a lot of you guys are watching this video. And by the way, guys, if you want a more in-depth look of starting a pressure washing business and scaling to 6 figures, check out my 6-figure pressure washing program I put together. It will be the first link in the description. It is a 70 video training course that I created that goes over everything from starting the business to equipment, washing tutorials, sales, talking to customers, and ultimately how to achieve $100,000 per year fast. We also host live weekly calls so everyone can jump on and ask questions. And you'll also have full access to my cell phone. So if you want to jump on the phone and talk about things you're struggling with, I'm right here for you. And the great part is, guys, it costs less than a tank of gas. Hundreds of people have gone through the program and are saying some pretty cool stuff about it. So if you want a more in-depth guide to doing this business properly from my perspective, make sure you check that out. Okay, so let's talk about getting leads and getting work. I'll start by saying that I really recommend that you guys get a hold of a general liability policy somewhere in the first 60 days. Try to refrain from doing bigger jobs without a policy, okay? So stick to basic concrete cleaning until you have some insurance that can cover you in case you break anything or do damage to a person's property. When it comes to getting leads, there are 2 different kinds of ways to do that. One is fishing for customers that don't have intent. This being passing out flyers, yard signs, going door to door, Facebook ads, etc. We're basically pitching the idea of pressure washing to people who otherwise wouldn't have thought about getting something like that done. We're trying to put some kind of marketing material in front of someone to get them to want to reach out to you about a service. And then we have intent-based leads, which are customers who are actively looking for your service. Maybe they find you on Google or they see your website and they submit a lead there. Getting yourself into a position where you are fully receiving intent-based leads on a daily basis is the holy grail. This is where you wake up in the morning and that you know on a daily basis your phone is going to ring due to your online presence on Google, and you don't have to rely so much on door-to-door or yard signs. So how do we get ourselves into a position where that happens? Okay, so this leads me to the 3 keys you have to master to rank high on Google, okay? 1 is reviews. This should come at no surprise, okay? So chances are, if you're looking for any kind of service on Google, whether that be carpet cleaning, landscaping, or even pressure washing, you're gonna see a strong correlation between those who are ranking the highest versus those who have the most reviews. Google wants to provide their customers the best option when it comes to their search engine, so doubling down on reviews and making sure that each customer gives you a review is gonna be crucial in the beginning. Reviews are the lifeblood of our continued relevance online, and I'm gonna expand more on getting reviews later. One strategy that you guys can do when you're brand new is called washing for reviews. This is where you can go door to door or make some kind of Facebook post that basically says that you will do some kind of light pressure washing job in exchange for a review. No, I'm not saying do a bunch of work for free, but little walkways, small back patios, things that everyone has, okay, even maybe some basic window cleaning that can take maybe 30 minutes to 45 minutes of your time. In exchange, you'll get a customer into your CRM, the experience that you'll need, before and after pictures for your Google and website profile, and a 5-star review. I'd say it's worth it in the beginning. Second key to ranking on Google is you want to be uploading as much content as possible into your Google My Business profile. This being before and after pictures, pictures of your work, your crew, your trucks, your equipment, etc. That's another correlation you'll see on Google with companies that rank very high. They have dozens and sometimes even hundreds of photos uploaded on their Google My Business. That shows Google and your customers that you're relevant, that you do a lot of work, and that you know what you're doing. And third is going to be your website and SEO, okay? This right here is kind of a polarizing polarizing topic in this industry. There's so many fake companies out there that are providing, I'll just say, less than par services, I'll say. So your website is a huge component when it comes to ranking on Google. Having a good website that is designed correctly with proper keywords and often on-page SEO is crucial to your ability to be seen online. It's what Google is going to analyze to see how it wants to position you, and it's one of the things your customers are going to see when they go about choosing a company. And if you're looking for a website company to build and run your website, this brings me to the sponsor of this video, my go-to website builder and the person who's in charge of my website currently, Sean Houchins with thesocialmediapros.com. Sean and his company have been running my website for the last year and a half, and I can't really tell you how much it's changed my business. I went from getting little to no website leads to consistently getting 20 to 30 leads per month through my website, with last month having 37 website forms filled out. Absolutely fantastic. They do an awesome job and are widely considered one of the best options in terms of pressure washing specific design companies. And if you want to reach out to Sean, his information will be down below. You can book a call with him. And I appreciate Sean for sponsoring this video. So to wrap up ranking on Google, it comes down to reviews, content, and websites for the most part. There are other things like domain age and the age of your business that can mean a lot, but I find if you really hammer on those three things, you can actually beat people that have been in business longer than you who aren't so much as focused on reviews or content posting or website and SEO. And I understand when you're first getting started, you may not be able to afford to hire a website company to design and maintain your website, which is fine. We can work our way up to that point, which is why when you're first getting started, hammering and fishing for those customers that don't have intent is where you're going to want to start. This being getting some flyers created, some good yard signs, maybe reaching out to some local real estate agents, which is one of the ways I built my own personal business. You need to start doing activities that get your business in front of people's eyes. You need to just start drumming up business, okay, flat out. Give every day an assignment. For instance, Monday after work, I will be going and passing out flyers for a few hours and talking to some customers at their home. And then on Tuesday, maybe when my yard signs get delivered, I will be going out at night and putting some yard signs at some busy intersections and shopping centers. Wednesday, I will create a list of a couple hundred realtors in my area, upload their contact information into my CRM where I can send mass text messages and emails offering my services to their customers. Maybe Thursday, I'm going door to door for a little bit. So you kind of get the idea that you're going to have to be heavily dependent on these ways of getting business until you can build your online presence enough to where you have leads coming in organically like we talked about before. That's why it's very important that you make sure that every customer gives you a 5-star review. We need to get you to 40 to 50 reviews fast. That's where a lot of the magic starts happening, and Google can start picking up on you and can start to push you more. What I like to say whenever my company's done with a project, and if I'm not there, I'll call the customer, and if I'm on site, I'll say, hey, if you have 2 seconds of spare time, I'd love to send you my Google review link. We quite literally live and die on these reviews. If I were to send you a link right now, would there be any reason why we wouldn't be able to land a 5-star review from you today? No? Great, let me send it to you right now. And get them to fill one out for you right there, right in front of you. Or what you can do to ensure a review is if you're there doing some kind of job, maybe you're doing some window cleaning or some pressure washing, say, hey, look, I would love to throw in some extra windows for you, or maybe I'll hit that back patio for you if we can ensure a 5-star review from you. Something that takes you only minutes to do, but will pay huge dividends for you in the future. So just to come full circle of answering the question of how do I start a pressure washing company, what I've seen from all the coaching calls that I've done with you guys over the last 2 years, it's probably been at least a couple hundred calls. It's these things. One, they just never start. A lot of people dance around the idea of starting anything in life, and I find that's a huge setback for a lot of people no matter what they're trying to do. Then when they do start, it's making sure you're smart financially. Don't leave your main job too soon. Don't over-leverage you and your family. Don't take out loans on equipment that won't pay for itself. Start with what you can afford, see if you like it, then pay for the equipment as your business allows you to do so. That will essentially take quite a bit of risk out of starting the business and will allow you to sleep better at night. From there, it's hammering the streets, whether it's door-to-door, yard signs, Google ads, reaching out to realtors or property managers. Anything that you can do to get your name out there is going to be great. Giving each day a marketing assignment like I talked about earlier. And then doing that for a long period of time consistently is what's going to get your business off the ground. And if you're brand new to business or sales, I think it would be great for you guys to grab some kind of self-development books or listen to some audiobooks. Grant Cardone's Sell or Be Sold or the 10X Rule are great. There's a book called Good to Great or The One Thing by Gary Keller that I really like. You need to start developing yourself a bit, okay? It takes a certain kind of person not to just start a business, but to actually see it through to something that's dependable, that produces quite a bit of money that you can live on. That person is going to be, one, mentally sharp and understand the struggle and can go through the days of getting no's from your customers and still have the desire to wake up the next morning and do it again. So understanding that if you want to go out there and start a business or go out there and try to tackle goals or things that you want to do in life, sometimes it takes turning into a different person. person, okay? Your old habits are not going to get you new outcomes. There was a lot of things I had to drop personally in my life in order to see a better upward trajectory, not only my business, but all aspects of life, okay? So stop eating junk food, working out consistently, constantly educating myself, not drinking as much, cutting out toxic people. And chances are you guys might have to make some of these adjustments as well to see some of your goals through to fruition. So hope you all enjoyed this video on how to start a pressure washing business. Again, if you want to check out my complete guide on how I went from $0 to $250,000 per year, check out my 6-figure pressure washing program. It will be the first link in the description. And if you guys got any kind of value out of this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button down below, comment down below what you want to see next. And without further ado, we'll see you on the next video. Peace.